Everyone, and welcome to Bluegill AX. It's going to be the first race of the night, week number 5, HRL Short Track Showdown. So this one's an AX on H4, made by Roman. You see the gate. We'll go through the lineup in a moment. Rip down the straight, turn around here. There is the whole yacht. And you actually go a little under action, loop it around over this table. This is probably the hardest part of the track, this whole section here. Very technical through there. Gotta have enough speed, but also can't have too much speed. And then you go through this weird split whoop section action over here towards finish right there. Loop it back around, and that's a lap on Bluegill, so nothing too crazy. It's going to be a 35 lapper on here. Let's go through the lineup. It's going to be Camby, Hunter, Roman, Luke, Soul, Slaunch, Detail, Blake, and Vulcan. So there you go, 35 laps again. Gate going to drop any moment now. And of course, no checkpoints in H4. It'll actually be just 35 laps straight up, so don't have to worry about that. We're waiting on it. And we're green. Luke and Camby both get really good jumps out of the gate. Definitely going to get away in the 1-2 spot. Vulcan going to go down early on. Here's to the tabletop. I think this could be pretty tricky on the first lap. Looks not too bad. Oh, Hunter gets spun around, and Luke and Camby go down up front. Oh, that's brutal. They both had a really good start on that one. Especially bad for Camby. That sucks. And that's probably not going to be the last we're going to see any of that in that section. That section's really tricky. And if you follow somebody and they cheese, there's not really a whole lot you can do. So that's what Camby got stuck up with there. It's unfortunate. Let's see if that happens to anyone else throughout the race. Blake comes up short. Oh. Did somehow manage to still have speed to clear it afterwards. I thought he would have been cheesed after coming up short so hard, but was able to keep it going. And throughout all that, cheese Detail going to be out to an early lead. It's going to be, Slaunch in second, Blake in third, Roman, and then Luke 4-5. Oh, what happened there? Slaunch cheese hard? Oh, yeah, did that a few times. You can definitely send that section, and you can make it work, but it's a little finicky, to be honest. Like, sometimes the send, you hit it, and it works really well, and then sometimes you hit the send, and you just absolutely slap it like Slaunch just did, so got to be really careful on that one. It's unfortunate he had a really good start in second place. Falls all the way back down to 5th. Slaunch could definitely use some points at this point in the season. Oh, and then overcooks it hard on the following lap. Wow. So Slaunch with, like, the opposite mistake on the following lap. Maybe overcorrected. The adjustment on the section there. Yeah, that was odd. But yeah, just coming up super aggressively and way too high on the face of the jump on the previous lap, and then on the next lap, hitting the landing way too far, and Blake gets squirrely. Oh, that's unfortunate. We got to check up for that. Gets a little bit of soul. It's going to be a big crash. It's going to be a big recovery there. And yeah, a few people going down early, including a few drivers that have been pretty good on the AX. But yeah, it is a tough section. It's a tough balance because you want to... It's one of the ways you can gain time. I think we especially saw this with what Slaunch was doing there. But you can... If you send it a little bit, you can get some speed. Oh, what? Oh, Soul went down there too. You can get some speed. But if you send too hard, obviously can go down, and then you kind of lose everything you gain. So it's a tough balance to find. You want to take it aggressively. You want to gain some time there, but you also don't want to go down. So a lot of these drivers, I think, trying to get the hang of that. Roman, oh, goes wide on the berm a little bit. I was going to say, he's probably going to come up short now. Soul with a big move. Gets by Blake, I believe, and then he might turn this into a double pass. And yeah, it looks like he's going to. Yep, looks like he's going to. Soul going to double pass there. That's pretty slick. See Detail going over the tabletop has a pretty substantial lead. The last win was pretty impressive on the Hog AX. That had to be a massive comeback, but looking like he's not interested in doing that same type of race this time around. Want to get up front early and just have a good showing, which is how a lot of the AX races have gone. Obviously, the first one, he had a pretty good run. Luke had a pretty good run, Noodleplex. But then, yeah, that last one, the Hog one, that was the most mixy AX race we've had. Oh, what happened there with Camby? Did he get shoved there, or? Oh, okay, so I think there's some extra cheese on this one. Let's see. Okay, so Blake hits that pylon and then hits both pylons. So that's rare. So Slaunch is going to go a little bit wide. That's not going to cause anything. Oh, Camby just hit the same. He just did the same thing. But he just got a worse reaction off it. Yep, Camby just overcooked the inside a little bit. Goes down. And Luke's going to get a double pass with Hunter and Camby there, 2 for 1. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was just unforced error from Blake and Camby. And look at this. Blake, same thing that Luke did on the first lap. Little too much sauce on the inside. Goes down here. He's going to lose some positions, probably. Oh, that one was pretty bad. That one was pretty bad, but yep. Been there, done that. Going to lose 1 spot to Luke and maybe another one to Hunter. Maybe. He's going to be able to fend off Hunter for now. Yeah, a lot of mistakes coming out on this track so far. Way all that mixes out. Yeah, Detail's still in the lead. It's Soul and Roman with a really close battle for 2nd and 3rd. And then Slaunch and Luke 4th and 5th. Yeah, that last one, the Hog one, that was the most mixy one by far. Slaunch and Camby both had really good potential to win that race. And yeah, just unfortunate. Came up short in the end. Slaunch had a lot of really brutal crashes that were pretty unfortunate. And then Camby had some opportunities and wasn't quite able to get there in the end. Still a good result for Camby and ended up having a better result than Slaunch, but both had potential to win that race. Detail ended up having a crazy come from behind victory. It's looking like he might take another win tonight, but not gonna be like the last one. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, he's gonna have to cheese a lot here. It's already worked out quite the gap. That being said, 2nd and 3rd is still very much on for a battle, and then we'll see if Slaunch and Luke can make anything happen. 4th and 5th, Blake was running pretty well early on, but yeah, he's just had a few. Well, there he did it again. Oh, the timing on that one. Oh my god. But yeah, he's running pretty well early on, but he's had a few unforced errors, as you can see right there. Ever since then. Those last 2 were pretty freaking funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Blake. Just like the forceful fucking slam. Oh man, it's just the aggressiveness in which he hit it. Oh wow, Camby with the recovery there. That was pretty clean. But yeah, unfortunately, I'll take the blame on the first lap one with Camby, but ever since then, Camby's had a couple mistakes, and it's looking like he's not gonna have the miracle run that he had on the last AX. I shouldn't quite say miracle run. That's kind of disrespectful. I've said it in the recap. Camby's been kind of on the low-key side. Kind of cooking this season. A few races. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. Caster's Curse, apparently. Soul is going to spice up the battle for 2nd. We'll take a look at that moment here, too. Oh, he just... Yeah, that's unfortunate. He oversent it a little bit, and Hunter like came up short as well. So just like, that was just bad timing there. But yeah, I was saying in the recap, Camby's had a low-key, pretty solid season. Don't want to be disrespected out here. It's not a miracle run. It was just a solid run. Camby's had some really good performances. If it wasn't for the Xbox overheats / lagouts / whatever, the points battle for like 3 through 6 would, I think, look a lot more interesting. I mean, they already are pretty interesting, but I think it'd look a lot more interesting too if it weren't for those. Like once the mulligans come in, I'm curious to see where Camby mixes out. Because he's had a few podiums and good finishes, good results. But yeah, just like need those mulligans to come in for those races that he just wants to mark off. That being said, a lot of good runs here or there for Camby on the season. It's not looking like this is going to be one of them. Him, Camby, Hunter, and Vulcan all kind of struggling so far in this one. Vulcan getting the worst of it. I think Vulcan just having a hard time figuring out the one tricky section for a large portion of this race. And I mean, yeah, if you don't figure it out till halfway through, I mean, you're just going to lose so much time. There's not really, if you don't have that figured out going into the race, you're kind of screwed. Kind of screwed. One would say that his goose would be cooked. So yeah, Roman's in second now. Soul trying to chase him down. Soul having a really good performance so far. Don't know if Soul's gotten any top threes in the AX department yet. But right now, running on pace for one. Be a very good finish for Soul. Soul kind of bringing the momentum back last week. For whatever reason, Soul has a really good track record. I don't know if I mentioned this in recap or not. I think I tried to make a point of it. I might have forgot. But yeah, Soul just has a really good track record in the 4 race nights this year for some reason. I don't know why, but 4 race nights for Soul, he easily has the 3rd best average finish on those this year. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Probably by a pretty decent margin too. So for whatever reason, the 4 race nights just really work for Soul, or have been really working for Soul, and trying to carry some of that momentum here into tonight. Doing a good job. Slaunch is gaining on this pack. And it could get interesting with a few more slight mistakes or slow runs. It could get spicy. We'll have to wait and see. It's hard to make a move on this track. It's tricky on like where you want to do it, when you want to do it. Oh, Slaunch is definitely making up some time. Soul's keeping it close with Roman too, so this top 3 battle could get kind of interesting. Slaunch trying some different lines there, trying to carry a lot of momentum in that landing, but it's tough because, like, I don't know, you carry all that momentum. It's hard to... Oh, Blake going down again. It's hard to carry all that momentum into there without just, like, over-clearing it afterwards. So, tough balance to find, but Slaunch is trying to work that out right now, and if he can figure it out, if he can figure out the balance, that'll give him a good opportunity to get by Soul, I think. But here, look at this. I mean, this could help him out, too. A battle could help him out. Soul making a charge through the whoops on Roman. Oh! Force him out. Okay, we got some spice. Here we go. Forcing him out of the rut. Oh, running him wide. Wow, Soul getting aggressive on this one. He's going to take the spot. That's going to put Slaunch into the top 3 as well, but Slaunch going to have to hit this inside. We'll have to see how he navigates it. I mean, he does a pretty good job. I mean, he's going to lose the spot, but, like, it's the slower line. He does a pretty good job. Keeps himself in the fight. Yeah, aggressive move out of Soul. Had the opportunity, and I mean, you kind of have to do it on this track. Can make up time on this track for sure, but making those passes is pretty difficult, so have that opportunity like Soul did. You got to get kind of aggressive. You see Slaunch trying to do that, trying to find some type of opening on Roman, not really getting it. So just getting an update there. We're at 10 laps to go now. Getting towards crunch time in this race. Yeah, I love watching. They're all like, all 3 of them, I swear, are like taking different approaches there. Interesting to watch. Soul's kind of getting away with it right now. In second, he's kind of pulling away with it a little bit. And big gaps now this time around. They were all so close just a moment ago, but separating again. We'll have to see if they can get back together, start battling again. It's close top 3 battle. A lot of points up for grabs here, and a lot of points that these guys need on each other, because they're all kind of in positions and points where they at the end they'll probably, like, these 3 will be battling with each other potentially. We'll have to see how it goes. Roman, it's going to be tough for Soul and Slaunch to catch him. He's had a pretty good season so far, but it could potentially be these 3 guys very close in points. This makes this this particular battle here even more important. Getting his way through the whoops there. Roman. Maybe making up a little bit of time now. I mean, Soul, it looked like Soul was starting to get away with it for a bit, but Roman now starting to track him down again. So lead update. I don't think these guys are going to have to worry about lap action, but a couple of the guys in the back will. That's detail right there. It's got, well, on 6 to go. So, undefeated in go-kart at this point in the season. Most of the wins on AX. But looking to take another one here, potentially. Just a few more laps to go. But with that type of gap, I mean, anything... Basically take a disconnect to open up the doors for anybody, especially the fact that these guys are battling in the podium spots too. Or probably will be before this race is over. I think they probably will again. Oh, Soul... blows the rut a bit. That's gonna give Roman a little bit of time gain. Yep, Roman to the bumper of Soul. It's on now. If you're Roman, what do you do? Oh, Soul kind of defensive. We'll have to see how this landing goes. They get a lot better speed than I thought they would with the way they entered that. Slaunch trying to do something different, just trying to find an opening. Still trying to find a different approach so that he can maybe make a move there, but hasn't been able to figure it out quite yet. Surprised at how much momentum they kept going there, the way they entered the berm. I thought that was going to be a little bit worse, but yeah, it looks like Soul taking a more defensive line now. But they're still, I mean, they're still getting pretty good momentum over it. Slaunch, yeah, just the different approaches. Slaunch is really, you can tell, really sending it through there. Seeing if he can make up some time somehow. Seeing if he can send it into the jump, but also come up on the landing earlier. It's a tough balance to find, but he's trying to find it. Tail coming up on 3 to go. 3 to go. The win will make it 3 on AXs this season as well. It's looking very strong in that championship in particular. And we'll probably be taking the points lead on this one as well, so also in general, but specifically in that one for sure. It's on white flag now, so he's on this last lap right there. But this is getting spicy. So these guys are going to be entering their last lap. And look at this. On the last lap, Roman just finds the opening. I'm not quite able to get there. We'll catch back with them in a second. There it is. Detail going to be taking it. Believe I'll have to double check, but I believe 6th win on the season. 3 on the AXs. Taking another one at Bluegill. And I'm pretty sure taking the points lead with that too. And these guys coming around for the podium. Soul holds onto it. Soul holds onto it. Wow, big finish. Takes 2nd. Roman 3rd. Slaunch coming up in 4th. Luke 5th. And Hunter, honestly, a pretty big 6th out of Hunter. Going to finish in front of Blake and Camby there. So yeah, Hunter 6th, Blake 7th, Camby 8th. But like low-key a pretty big... And Vulcan will be coming in 9th, of course. Yeah, Vulcan had a really rough start. Yeah, like low-key pretty... big finish there out of Hunter, the way his season's gone. It was actually a solid 6th place. Hope you guys enjoyed it for Bluegill, 35 laps. Solid AX coming out of Roman. The next AX we'll see in the season, keeping up with the variety It's going to be on H2A, but no hogs. No hogs this time. So Goose is on H2A. That'll be the next AX. Keeping things interesting, you know. Keep swapping around with everything week in, week out. But there you go. Another shot of it. There is Detail in first place. Yeah, I double-checked. 6th win on the season there, so congrats to him taking the 6th win on the season. Sol and Roman, those podium spots. Now we're going to load up race 2. See you guys there.